you hoes. Get a grip, motherfucker. Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? So,
what's happening, my good people? It's your boy PKG back here with another vid on how I did or what it is. And right now we're still in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We just finished up our first bike trail run. So let me give you a little brief rundown about what happened. So we took a 10-mile drive down into the city just to see what it was like downtown Chattanooga. And I will admit, it was nice. We got to roll over to see the University of Tennessee, Chattnooga, and roll through the campus. So it was pretty cool down there. Got to see a whole bunch of sights. There's a lot of artwork downtown too. If you ever get the chance to really get out when you're in another city, take an option on getting a bike and just exploring it for a moment. You know, we took it as a brief exercise to go somewhere and just not be stuck in the house. But at the same point in time, we got out to see something. We saw something totally different. This was something that was abnormal to us, but fun to do at the same time. So I will say this: if you are a person who does not like biking, you will need to get used to it if you need to go out, if you want to go out there. So it is not easy. I will say that biking was not the easiest task to do, especially with the bike I had. So in a separate video, I'm gonna talk about what was going on and the troubles and problems that went on during the bike ride. But right now, I just wanted to say that riding downtown in Chattanooga, seeing all the bars and things that they had, like we even saw a doggy daycare. Something cool that I never would have even thought about. Another small town investment that someone could have made right there. And guess where it was beside? A couple of bars. So, how did this get quick right here? I guess when people go drinking at night and they want to take their dogs out because they don't want to leave their dogs in the house, there's a dog park daycare right over here. And there were hundreds of dogs in there, which was all right. You know, that's pretty cool. You know, someone actually made profit off of that. I don't like dogs whatsoever, but if that were something as an option to give somebody, I'd be like, cool, you know, take that. But I just wanted to say that little piece because this is something I did not ever see in South Carolina. Not to say that it's not there, but it was just something different. A bar that has doggy daycares right there. And then all of the downtown area is just built beautifully. There's a couple of murals everywhere. The streets run in great alignment and good angles. The only downside to what we did was coming back up the hills. Now, I will say this about Chattanooga. Chattanooga, Tennessee, has some of the hilliest, mountainous, insane elevations that I've ever gone up. Like, I mean, the steepest hills I've tried to climb up this. So, if you were to be out there and be a bike rider, you want to make sure you're working out too and getting yourself in shape. That'll be a separate thing that you want to work on. But outside of doing entrepreneurial deeds, make sure you go out somewhere and try to find something that could inspire you in a different city. Something that you never saw before that might just spark your interest or be a great idea to give to somebody else like you guys. So, just think about it. You know, we're out here exploring, seeing what Chattanooga has to offer. And this isn't going to be the last bike ride that we take. But for the time being, this is probably one of the better options of things that we really got to do while we were here. Also with the food, I'll talk about that on a separate option, but on a separate tape. But yeah, riding in Chattanooga was one hell of an experience, I will say that. So, probably when I get back home, I'm going to talk to my wife and say, hey honey, do you want to start looking towards getting a bike? You know, like, can we start looking at getting a little thing to carry our daughter in so we can keep going? But I'm gonna start trying to get her, you know, throw it out there too and see if she'll bike for it, because I really want to see if she'll do it now. So we'll definitely be a biking gang, you know. So I have fun. I'm pretty sure if I got her a bike, she'll have fun. And if we were biking in the city, I'll definitely have a bike rack on the car. So I say all that to say, join and do a different experience. If there is something that you are looking at into doing in a different city and you don't know what it is, just try something. Someone's gonna ask somebody what's the latest thing to do downtown, or hey, where can I go to find X, Y, and Z? Just think of something that can stimulate your mind to give you a foundation to start thinking differently, better, harder, greater. Like, just give yourself that break. Sometimes we do overwork ourselves and we think about work, and we don't have a true identity of what we want and what we want to do. So here is an option. We bike rode. We rode downtown. Rode the entire area. We took hills. We saw people. We went places. We explored. Just a different option, a different take. One of the many things we got to do today was just bike riding. So it was an experience. I definitely encourage anybody else who has any idea in regards of bike riding, or doesn't have any idea in regards to bike riding. Get yourself out there and stay motivated. You know, the worst part about doing it was coming back, but I mean, it only is as bad as you're not motivated. And I try to stay highly encouraged with everything I do. So if we do it again, I hope you guys get to see a first take on how it goes. But this was a good adventure for the first time, guys. PKG Deluxe is here. PKG Deluxe out, baby.